I just built this entire business website in minutes with one paragraph. No coding, no templates, no dragging boxes around a page. But here's the thing, this isn't just another vibe coding app. The real story here is what's included with it. If you've ever tried to launch a business website, you know the drill. You need hosting, a domain, and something to actually build the pages with. 3 different tools, 3 different bills. DreamHost's new tool, Remixer, puts all of this into one thing. One prompt builds the site, and hosting and SSL are bundled in. DreamHost reached out and asked me to try Remixer, so huge thanks to DreamHost for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. And make sure you watch until the end. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by what you can build with AI. Remixer has a 30-day free trial, and plans start at $10 a month for 1,000 credits a month, plus you get 1,000 bonus credits on your first month. So I wanted to see, if you're a business owner who needs a website live this week, what do you actually walk away with? I decided to give Remixer a creative brief for my business, which contains my business's name, tagline, visual style, and a page structure for a one-pager website. I did this by inputting my business concept into Gemini and having it come up with a creative brief. So yes, you can use AI to help you prompt AI. Work smarter, not harder. Alright, so I'm going to paste my prompt into Remixer and click build and start a 30-minute timer because I want to see how long it actually takes to build this website. We're going to see what can you accomplish in 30 minutes, or can we accomplish it faster? Now, in my experience, it usually takes about 3 minutes for Remixer to generate the first draft of your website. Now, while you wait, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell. It's free and it'll make sure that you don't miss out on my next video.
A few moments later.
Just vibing. This is what they mean when they say vibe coding. It's because when you're waiting for the code to generate, you're just vibing. You're just raw dogging it. Just
hold up.
Raw dogging.
Wait a minute.
All right, so let's take a minute and review what Remixer did. So it's been about 7 minutes. So it took a little bit longer than some of my testing, but we have a wonderful looking website right here. So let's take a look at our prompt and see how it compares. So we said create a clean minimalist website for timber and tone, local woodworking studio. The design should be modern and bright, utilize lots of clean white space, warm wood textures, elegant serif typography. And then we gave it some notes on the page structure. So hero section, collection with a 3-column grid showcasing 3 offerings, dining, living, and workspace. So right here we see our hero section. We see the collection, dining, living, workspace. And the cool part is these images are AI generated. And if we go back and look at our prompt, hero, a massive high quality photo of a bright sunlit room featuring a stunning wooden dining table, clean text on one side, image on the other. So this is exactly matching the prompt that we gave it, including the AI generated image. And I actually want to scroll up for a minute and go back to this because our prompt gave it some instructions on what these images should look like. Heirloom tables built to gather around, and then we have that right here. We have minimalist coffee tables and media consoles, and we have that displayed here. And then we have custom desks engineered for focus and clarity right here. Now, I'm thinking if you're actually a woodworking studio, you're going to want to upload real photos of your work, so the AI generated photos may not be as valuable, but this is really neat to see the attention of detail that Remixer gives us. Featured pieces, interesting. So it actually created an e-commerce section, even though we didn't ask for that, but that's kind of cool. We'll dive more into that later. Honestly, this website is probably ready to ship as is. There's just a couple things we need to do first before we can make it live. And the main one is to make sure that the contact form functions properly, because right now, if you fill this form out, where is the email going to go? How are you going to receive it? There's an easy fix to that. So whenever there's forms in Replay, you can go over to the cloud icon in the left sidebar and go over to emails, and under name, just enter the email where you want to receive emails. And now if I go back to the website here, and let's go to the contact page, let me fill it out. So now this will be emailed to my hello@kraler.com inbox, and I as the business owner will be notified. I can respond to the email and take it from there. Now, if you want to make changes to your website, the easiest way to do that is conversationally in the chat view. So let's say that I decide I want a dark mode on my website. Can you add a dark mode UI and add a toggle in the header bar to switch back and forth? One thing I appreciate about Remixer is you can see the reasoning in real time. It's fun to watch it think and process how to go about making these changes. And you really appreciate the development work that it can do. It's talking about getting a moon icon for the toggle switch and just all the different things that it's working on.
More moments later.
More Jeopardy music. And just like that, dark mode is live, so we can scroll and see what it looks like. And then let's try clicking the toggle. Hey, look at that. That's pretty much exactly what I was visioning when I asked Remixer to add this toggle. Now, another way of making changes to your website is using visual editor. So I can click the visual editor button, and then I'm able to edit text directly on the page. There's also a styling panel on the right side where I can adjust things like padding, hover effects, focus, and I can even enable developer mode if I want to get into classes, CSS. Also, just seeing the layers right here on the page is pretty neat for advanced users, and breakpoints as well, just seeing how this is going to scale on laptops, tablets, and phones. Also, under each specific element is an Ask AI button, so let's try clicking this. Maybe I'll say, can you brainstorm a new heading? And let's just send that. I'm using WhisperFlow, by the way. Love WhisperFlow, not sponsored, but really cool tool for text-to-speech when you're working. So at this point, we've been working on our website for about 17 minutes, and we've accomplished a lot. We could honestly launch the website as is, but I want to showcase some of the database features that Remixer has. As you can see, there's this database function, and we can get creative with what we're using this for. Probably one of the common use cases is a blog section or a news page. So let's try adding a dedicated news page. The news page is live, so let's click it and go ahead and see what we have. We don't have any posts yet, and something I appreciate about Remixer is it gives you suggested prompts that you may want to utilize next. So let's maybe check this one. And it comes up with our prompt: see the news CMS with 3 to 5 sample posts covering studio updates, new pieces, and craft stories, so the page is real content to display on the first visit. Let's send that, and that's going to help populate this page so our news page makes a bit more sense. Now, to understand what it's actually doing here, we can go back to our Cloud tab, and in the database, we have a new news posts table. And right here, if we click add an object, it's created body, slug, title, all of the aspects that a news post would require. Okay, looks like it's generated 5 posts. So let's go to the news page and look at that. We can click on read more. We can see a full screen view of our blog post. I like the idea of adding related posts. Show 2 or 3 related posts at the bottom of each news detail page matched by category so readers can stay engaged. Let's go ahead and send that prompt off and see how that handles the request. Man, I'm thinking about how long this used to take with builders like Wix and Squarespace, those drag and drop ones with templates. I mean, you'd probably spend like 5 or 6 hours at least getting a site to this point. It's actually pretty incredible. Boom, more from the studio, and we have a related post right here we can click and load. That's pretty awesome. So I think we're pretty much there, but having a shop page on the actual menu bar would be neat. Oh, okay. It already has a page called the collection. And then the reasoning, it's realizing, hey, that already exists. So all we need to do is just rename the tab from the collection to shop. Hey, smart. The AI is actually pretty smart. Got a checkout page and all. This is really cool. Let me look at the timer. We're 25 minutes into building this website, and we have a shop, a news page, a functioning contact form. Everything's on brand. It followed our request for how to build the homepage very precisely. We have this little dark mode toggle that we added in for fun. I mean, this is insane. This would take 6+ hours with a drag and drop builder like Wix or Squarespace. So our website is ready to go, but I want to quickly touch on some of the other features that are part of Remixer. So we have an integrations tab right here. You can implement Stripe, the payment processor for checkouts, also Shippo to generate shipping labels, signups, logins, just kind of back-end features for e-commerce. And then going back to our cloud tab, you can add tables as needed for any back-end infrastructure. Secrets, this is to store any sort of API key that you ask Remixer to use. So maybe you implement the MailChimp API or the Claude API. You can add those things here, and then Remixer will be able to access them as needed. So maybe you put some kind of chatbot on your website and it needs to interface with OpenAI. You can store that API key securely here. When you're ready to publish your site, just click Publish in the top right corner, and you can publish it on this staging site, or you can connect a domain name. For now, let's just go ahead and publish it on our staging site. And here's our website live on the internet. And something that stands out to me immediately is my OS is in dark mode, my browser's in dark mode, Mac OS is in dark mode. So it looks like this toggle that we built is actually respecting the default preference of the OS, which I wasn't sure about when we were previewing it. That's pretty neat, but you can easily switch from dark mode to light mode, preview your blog posts, use the shop, function in contact form. 25 minutes. 25 minutes to get this website built. This is actually mind-boggling. What I appreciate most about Remixer is how it scales from a beginner-friendly platform to something advanced users can appreciate thanks to the developer mode and database capabilities. Gone are the days of spending a week stumbling through building your website. Whether you want a basic static website for your local business or something with dynamic capabilities like a blog, e-commerce store, or booking page, you can do it with Remixer. Just prompt what you're looking for and you'd be surprised how quickly your site comes together. And once your site is live, you don't have to worry about hosting either. DreamHost is one of few independently owned and operated web hosts still around. Their commitment to their customers is evident in everything they do. So who is Remixer for? If you're a business owner, a small local business, a consultant, freelancer, creator, and you need a website without it becoming a whole project, Remixer makes a lot of sense. Remixer has a 30-day free trial, and I'll have a link in the description so you can check it out. There's basically no barrier to getting started, so give it a go and let me know what you think. If you build something, drop it in the comments. I'd love to see it. And if you're wondering if you can get a decent website built by a real human for less than the cost of a coffee, I tested that too. You can watch that experiment here.